It's not part of the class, but it's part of their growth.
Right. Yeah.
It's an opportunity.
It's an opportunity, and it's also part of being a well-rounded martial artist.
Right.
Because once you get into the ring, your teacher can't do anything for you.
Right.
And when I was a fighter, my teacher was my coach, Rick Alamany, was by the side. He goes, da 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 da. But you don't hear that. You're in a state of oneness by yourself, and all you see is this, and you tune everything else out.
Yep.
That's it. When you fight, you're just focusing on this guy and scoring your point. And I don't fight anymore, but I use that same philosophy in kata because I'm competing against myself, not against this guy or this guy, even though I may want to beat this guy
overall, but in that ring,
in that moment, that's.
And at my age, it's just like a testament to what I still have left.
Right.
And I'll tell people I'm just checking my gas tank to see what I have left in my gas tank and to see if I can consistently keep going.
That's an awesome philosophy.
Dude, that really is, yeah. I'm really going to take this away that informs you're really just competing against yourself.
You're fighting your imaginary opponents, supposedly. I've seen some flips and tricks out there, and I go, okay, you're going to flip over the guy's top of his head, and you're going to do a triple somersault into a butterfly, up into a 180,
you left the guy back there.
Land perfectly while all 12 guys are down.
We have that same problem when we do what we call a cadenza, which is forms for FMA.
Yeah,
free flow. You'll see guys are just twirling the stick and doing all these things, and when you look at that, you're like, wait a minute, that first guy that you hit didn't even get hit. These other guys that supposedly you beat up or probably already beaten you down. It's like, come on, you have some realism in what you're trying to do,
Yeah, but I mean, it's just I self-test myself every time I step into the ring.
Right.
And if I want my students to follow suit and compete for themselves, against themselves, then you have to lead by example.
We were just with Malia DeCascos a couple of weeks back. Malia? He knows her. Malia used to beat his ass.
No, she didn't. But Malia has known me most of my competitive life when I first started into the tournament circuit. I guess I was like 9.
Yeah, that's why I'm bringing her name up, because I imagine you got to see her compete back in those days.
I did. I was ringside, and she would do forms. Her then husband Al DeCascos was doing forms, and they were fighting, and they were on the top of their game. They are essentially pioneers of sport karate, and Malia, has really set the precedence for females competing.
Oh, yes, she did.
Because in forms, there weren't women's and men's division as there are now. So now there's men's, women's, and everything in between,
and
which
age
is
groups
fine.
and
It's
all
good,
that.
and age groups, etc., etc. But it's because of her.
Yeah.
She competed against men. She won against men. And she recently got elevated to 10th Dan, senior grandmaster, great grandmaster. I don't know what the difference is past 9th degree, 8th degree. I really don't know what the difference is.
She
but
got the highest.
She's up there, and there's only one other woman that I know historically has reached that level. And that's Keiko Fukuda.
Judo.
And in judo.
Yes.
She was the only other woman that I know of that has a paper trail leading up to both their 10th dans. And, I laud her for that.
We saw the paper and the person signing it.
Yeah. We were actually there when that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I was supposed to be there to sign it, but unfortunately I was up in Canada, eh? I was in Toronto, eh?
He was winning and kicking ass.
That's right.
And taking names poutine.
You know,
I
he's
love,
from
I love,
Canada, right?
I love poutine.
You've been in the martial arts for quite a long time, like 65.
Really? I thought he was
What-
only 35.
What are your thoughts of the martial arts these days? You know, with MMA being
Ooh,
what it
that's a
is
big
and all
question.
that.
Well, MMA is not an art.
No, I know, but I'm just saying. But because of MMA, it's changing a lot of the martial arts stuff that's going on. Everybody's either bowing out of martial arts and going to MMA. And
Or everyone
yeah.
knows a
So
little
what do
something
you think the
something.
future of the martial arts is?
Well, let's begin with the impetus of MMA.
Mm.
Gracie's.
Yeah, the Gracies.
Okay.
Of course.
It's a
Where
stage.
did Helio Gracie learn from? Japanese master.
Yep.
Okay. So, look at the parallelisms between Helio Gracie, Ed Parker.
Right.
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Okay. Took it back to Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's all well and good. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Okay, now look at what Ed Parker did with Kempo in Germany, Scotland, Ireland. American Kempo.
I see what you're saying.
Jiu-Jitsu is Jiu-Jitsu. Kempo is Kempo. I mean, everybody in karate has a punch, kick, chop,
2 hands, 2 feet.
elbow, knee,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
okay? But it's what's up here,
Yeah. The
in your
mentality.
head.
The mentality.
the
behind it.
mentality.
See?
Okay, so
Someone with backing can say it now.
now, MMA, Jiu-Jitsu, sport Jiu-Jitsu. Okay,
Mhm.
now you add bare knuckle fighting to that.
Right.
You combine the two. Now all of a sudden it becomes Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu because you're adding strikes, throws, chokes, blah, 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 blah. Now what is it today? It's some form of brutal ring sport where anything goes, and now push that forward to bare knuckle fighting,
Yeah. It just went
which is
which is-
gaining momentum.
Right.
Bare knuckle fighting. You do that in the streets.
Right. It's
Where's the
like-
art in that?
Yeah.
Okay? So you want to influence these kids, boom,
To become
and then to choke somebody
Yeah,
out?
yeah.
Nah, man.
Yeah.
I don't see it.
No, and that's why we asked that question because we've seen so many bad things going on. You know, you hear about these guys who are doing MMA getting beat up in gas stations because, you know, their skills are not doesn't
Transferable in that way.
doesn't work for the street stuff. You know, and they're thinking, oh, I'm a badass because I'm an MMA fighter, but yet they're lacking in so many things because they only did a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit
Well,
of this.
but the art breeds the character,
Yeah, I think so.
and then that's the part that's
Or,
missing.
or lack thereof.
Right. Exactly.
And that it's not the art. It comes down to who they're learning from.
Mm.
People ask me, well, okay, I've been asked, who did you idolize when you were growing up?
That
He
was my
said,
next
"Me."
question.
No.
That was my next question. God damn it.
And people go, was it Bruce Lee? I go, why are you asking me that? Because I'm Asian? No.
Racist.
Bruce Lee was not a thing when I was studying. I met Bruce Lee at Ralph Castro's dojo on 22nd and Valencia Street
Wow,
back
you
in
were
the
back-
60s.
back- yeah,
And I
that's
was a
different-
kid.
right.
And Bruce Lee was there, you know, gentlemanly. Yeah, sure.
He was a guy.
White shirt, black tie, sport coat. He and Linda walked into the dojo, and because the martial arts community then was so small,
Right.
it was really small. So if somebody had a dojo, and Harry Hutchins had an Ed Parker, Chinese Kempo dojo, not too far from Ralph Castro's, and then there was Wally J, and then there was Richard Biggie Kim at the Y here in Chinatown.
Yeah.
Richard Kim. Yeah, I mean all these have their connections from Hawaii.
Yeah.
Wally J, Hawaii. This was
Yeah, well,
this is
well-
what we had to pick.
Yeah, it was, and back then there was a lot of camaraderie within the martial arts. 'Cause I remember when you
Yeah.
had the big tournaments, everybody actually went because they understood. Oh, that's my friend. Let's support. Let's go fight in this tournament. I mean,
Now,
yeah.
now it's the battle of egos,
Yeah.
and
Sadly, so.
you had asked me, you know, like, or you were going to ask me, like, who did I
Yeah.
idolize? The person that's standing in front of me, who's my teacher.
Right.
Plain and simple. That's why I'm there.
Yeah.
Even today, as a student, I study Goju Ryu in Miami under Olympic coach Olympic winning coach, Robert Young. And he's a Chinese guy from Jamaica, Yama. And so
That's an interesting
and
story.
well, that's his story to tell. But
Get an address.
he had 2 Olympic medalists under his belt,
Wow.
and he coaches all over the world via Zoom.
Wow.
But he had Grace Lau from Hong Kong win a Olympic gold medal in the women's forms at the Olympics, and Ariel Torres from Miami, and those are his 2 students that he brought to,
Yeah.
The big stage.
the big show.
Yeah. The big show. That's
Two
amazing.
bronze medalists, and so these are the kind of people that I idolize. You know, like I said, Bruce Lee later on, sure.
Yeah.
And I used to sit in my uncle's theater down here, the Pagoda Theater, and that was my uncle's theater, and he used to have all first-run Chinese movies. I used to sit there all day. And I could eat
Getting free lessons.
as many snacks as I wanted, and my Uncle Paul said,
Were you a portly kid?
No, never, no.
He trained right after he ate.
Yeah, he burned off all the calories.
I mean, yeah, you run around and do
Oh, yeah, he
whatever
ran the
as a
streets.
kid.
Where would you like martial arts to go from here? I mean,
Back to a level of honesty.
good luck. You can't put that dragon back in the jar.
And I'll tell you why honesty was my first, because there was a lot of paper grandmasters, and I don't even like the title grandmaster. I don't even use it because
Oh yeah,
there
we
are these-
forgot he's a grandmaster.
there are
You
these
told me not to mention it.
yeah, there are these people who think so highly of themselves, but they just don't have the requisites to be a grandmaster.
Right.
Especially if they think that they deserve to be a grandmaster. You don't deserve to be a grandmaster. It just comes to you organically,
Yeah.
or it should. With the right amount of time, training, and mental fortitude, and the humbleness that comes along with that, I could see it. But there's so many people that don't have the requisite number of years, first of all,
Right.
or the lineage, or the paper trail.
Right.
So honesty in the martial arts is paramount to me.
Hmm.
The next thing is, well, honesty kind of covers a lot of everything.
Sure does. Yeah, definitely.
You know?
You know, and that's the sad truth of martial arts these days. You know, with the invention of the McDojos and guys who are getting belts and giving themselves these things.
Yeah, YouTube now.
Yeah, YouTube now. Yeah.
Oh,
You
by
know,
the way, like and subscribe.
Yeah, like and subscribe. Yeah, in our system, we don't even have belts. We're just guys who kind of train with each other, and that's it.
Yeah. I mean, and humbleness.
Yeah.
Humbleness has kind of like gone by the wayside, because all these, you can have like 500 students, that's all well and good, but have you checked the quality of each and every one of your 100, 150 black belts that you say that you have under you?
Yeah.
Is the quality control there? Do they do exactly what your syllabus prescribes in a decent manner?
Or they're out there starting a gang and beating everybody up.
Or they're,
Yeah.
I don't think,
Yeah.
sweep the leg, Johnny Coke.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
But,
My dang.
yeah.
No, and I totally agree with you, because a lot of that, I mean, of late we've been seeing a lot more of those kind of martial arts coming about, and a lot of them are lacking, like you said, honesty
I
and all these
know.
things, and it's sad.
Well, that leads to my third one. The humbleness, integrity is the third. And this is not in any particular order, but integrity, because there are grandmasters who started way later than I did.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't have the chronological years in terms of age to be in the martial arts, or they took 20-year breaks, and then they want, hey, I've been in the martial arts for 40 years. No, you haven't. 20 of those years,
You were gone. Yeah.
You were in construction.
Where were you?
Yeah.
And Bob and I have this discussion all the time.
Yeah.
And it's just like, we ponder. Okay, that's really interesting. But, I stay in my own lane. Bob stays in his own lane. But we do have these discussions, and they are constructive as to what not to do, how not to be, and not go to Europe and say you're this and that, and then start promoting all
Right.
these other black belts
Oh, yeah.
to Grandmaster. And it's just really has exponentially increased. And I'm going, okay.
But the
like
quality's
I
not
said,
there.
I just like, how can it be when this guy hasn't trained for 20 years,
Right.
but he's promoting these other
Yeah.
black belts to the rank of Grandmaster, and they don't know any better. They don't know the lineage of these guys coming from here, going over there,
Right.
in Spain, Portugal, Germany. I don't know. They're not traveling. I know that El Cascos goes back frequently to Germany because when he left here, he and Malia
Right,
were
yeah.
in Germany,
Yeah,
and
he
that's where the start of Un Hap Kundo
Right.
was. And so
In the Reikuban.
he has his root instructors there, and I know of Christian Wolf, whom I used to compete against way back in the day, Eric Lee, Christian Wolf, yada 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 yada. And so these guys have cred, right?
Yeah.
But then now, the lack of integrity is allowing people to just do whatever they want to do,
Right.
whatever charge whatever they want to charge for a Grandmaster certificate that's
Yep,
kind of like
yep.
not worth the paper that it's
Yeah. No,
that it's
we
printed
see a
on,
lot of
but-
that in all arts. You see it a lot,
Yeah.
and it's almost embarrassing, right? Because it just really gives you that big black eye in martial arts that this is being allowed to happen.
Right. And so the last thing that has changed in years, and we've touched upon that when you just said that everybody used to support everybody else, tournament wise, and
Yeah.
come on over, let's train, let's have some fun,
Yeah.
is the camaraderie.
Yeah. Oh,
Brotherhood, yeah.
and I totally agree because it's a rarity these days when you see mixed. We have a good friend of ours, Mike Cardenas, who actually
In Manteca.
promotes that. He'll take a bunch of different people in different styles, and he does a collaborative seminar where he gives everybody about an hour of time to teach whatever they're teaching, and it's a fun event. I mean, he does 2 big ones twice a year,
Right.
and then a
And
few little
little
ones,
ones
in-
throughout the year.
But this is, these are the people that we like to play with because
Oh, yeah.
they're really bringing the old days back that way, and like you said, that camaraderie is not as big as it used to be for some reason.
No,
And-
we've-
and
we've
that's
seen
a shame.
people.
It's not. It's not. And I'm going to go back to your question about my 8 and the Ohana 8.
Oh
Yes,
yes,
okay,
please.
so-
we were hoping.
Thank
So,
you. We were trying to lead into it.
I'm gonna
You
bring
kept
this,
distracting us.
I'm gonna
Teddy.
bring this full circle so
Okay.
I can go eat.
But first, a quick demo.
We're there with
We're not
you.
letting you out of here without a demo, god dang it.
Okay.
The Ohana 8, yeah.
So the Ohana 8, the most revered number in many, many Asian cultures. 8 grandmasters compose my board of directors. Bob Gomez is my vice president, and it comes to the highest level of trust and affection that I have for this guy. He's like my brother. And
But you like this
and
one.
So,
He doesn't say the same about you. I don't know why. You seem like a nice guy.
it depends on if he's picking up the tab.
Oh, that's
So-
right. Yeah.
No.
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 Depend how much we like him afterwards.
So
Exactly.
so 8 grandmasters, all 9th and 10th dance, bona fide, vetted, and I wanted to create this organization that is more philanthropic towards a lot of the uh, underserved communities of the
Right.
martial arts, and not even that of the community altogether, and bringing people together, no matter what style. Somebody has something to offer, and they're honest, they're humble, and they have their creds to be vetted. And you can't join. People are asked to join, and we have something like a list of 100 people that want to join, but we have to say, sorry, you have to be vetted, and we select you to be in
Right.
here because of your character, your knowledge, how you leave your legacy, what you want to leave as a legacy. And so we want to bring these types of martial artists together as Ohana.
You guys have events, is that in a
We
seminar form?
do, and it's called the Masterclass Series. And so we go around
Invite
the
only?
country. It's by invite, and then we charge not very much money to learn under 8, 9, 10 bona fide grandmasters.
Wow.
I mean, John Natividad, who passed away, Ted Sotelo, Mike Gasman from Kali and Lima Lama, Eskrima, down in Los Angeles, Rich Hale from Ed Parker's American Kempo.
That's funny. The other guys.
Malia de Cascos,
Right.
who does her fitness conditioning
Yeah, she's awesome.
and Bob Gomez, his island style Kajikembo street fighting, dirty fighting, and
But he's such
the-
a nice
the-
guy.
He really is.
and that's the thing. I mean, it's being deceptive.
Yeah, okay. That's
And
part of it.
Ayao Koa, who passed away several years ago.
Right.
His dirty fighting system of Kajikembo
Ooh.
from Hawaii.
Wow.
And we miss him, rest in peace. And Uncle John Natividad, rest in peace. And Uncle John was one of the first world champions
Right.
of modern day sport karate. You know, his amazing fights with Bernie Urquidez,
Yeah.
and epic battles.
Yeah.
And
I missed
so
that.
he was one of the biggest contributors to the Ohana 8 in a giving manner.
Right.
And so he goes, I want to, every month you're going to receive a check from me,
Wow.
and I want this to go to the philanthropic part of the Hana 8, which I still carry on to
Yeah, we could use some money.
to this very day.
Hey, they want to be philanthropic.
Nah, sorry.
We don't qualify yet.
You can go get a job at In-N-Out and,
Ouch!
and get full benefits.
Dude,
So-
he's over at Home Depot.
Okay.
He just got to drop by.
We're gonna
go
go
see
with that
him.
again?
Yeah.
You being nice today? Yeah.
So
That's awesome.
So, you know, what we've done in the past is, you know, there have been grandmasters and senior grandmasters that have, you know, fallen on hard times, and they haven't had a retirement plan. I mean, how many dojo owners do have a 401k or have a retirement plan? So if there's something that they need, if there's a cane that they need to walk with, and or if they need pillows or blankets, et cetera, to make their lives more comfortable. Okay, so the Ohana 8 donates that. What we've been doing in the last several years, we've been donating to No Hungry Kids, so kids, you know, they can get a hot meal. We've donated to Glide Church, so at Thanksgiving, Christmas, the people that are less fortunate can come in and have a hot meal on that special day.
That's awesome. So awesome.
Thanksgiving, Christmas. We've just collected 30 coats for this upcoming winter season,
And
and
it's
we've
a
been
cold one.
doing the last 5 years. when Uncle John was still alive, and collect coats. When so far we've collected 30 coats
I have a
to
couple
give
of
away.
questions. Let me remind me.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
To give away, and
Yeah,
I have
that's
carry the
awesome.
coats in the trunk. We see somebody that during the winter that's cold, we give them a warm coat.
That's cool.
And so that's what we want to do. We want to give back to not just the Marshall community, but to our communities where we live and where we're supported. And
Well,
so
I'm glad
that's
we
the-
got
that's
to say,
it.
I'm glad we got to say this on Calling Conversation, because this is it. Folks, if you guys want to reach out and really donate to this group, this would be awesome. We'll put up something on the wall here that
Yeah.
says, give to this guy.
We'll give a link.
Yeah.
Not
Don't
to this-
write it in his name
not to
though.
this guy,
Yeah,
it's
don't
just
don't write it in
To
his
this
name.
organization that the guy has on the shirt right there.
just-
Yeah, on the 8.
Just give to
Random
some kind of
Yeah.
some kind of
No, but that's awesome. Don't-
outreach program in your communities. Not to me, not to Johanna A, but to your community. Take care of people in your own communities, and you can also do that by shopping local and eating local. Take care
Yes,
of people that are around you.
Yeah.
If you love your community, just go out there, eat at your neighborhood restaurant, and then give it a good Yelp review, and just
McDonald's doesn't need any more customers. They got billions.
No, there's a lot of family type of restaurants that were destroyed
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the
or
pandemic.
decimated during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Eat local, shop local,
There you
And so, on a kind of a final note,
Mhm.
to wrap this up, thank you very much.
go. No, we still got a demo to do, young man.
Oh, demo?
We want to see that counter form of yours.
I better see that Benjamin come out of that pocket.
You won your prize money.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that was in Canada, eh? That's 500 Canadian, eh?
Let me ask Leo on a
No,
to
so let me.
He needs a new cake.
So let me kind of conclude what I wanted to say, and we also take black belts who have lost their instructors, lost their masters through them no longer being able to teach, or
Right.
they're deceased or whatever, and they can't get rank. So we want to make sure that they have their paper trail, they submit it to us, and then as a board, we can say, okay, and we'll carefully vet this person, and we'll bring them under our umbrella and give them rank.
That's pretty cool.
We don't sell anything. We don't sell anything, but we will give them what they deserve, because there are many, many, many black belts out there who have too far from their instructor, or their instructor have passed away, or for other various reasons. But we will check their credibility, and we make sure that every degree of black belt is in alignment, and but their mission statement aligns with our mission statement.
Right.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I like that.
That's awesome.
Wonderful.
That's really cool.
Yep.
So we're going to reset this screen here, folks. We're going to have him just do a quick kata for us, or one quick form, and then we'll take it from there.
Yeah.
So we'll be right back. All right, folks, we're back. So we're finally going to get to see Mr. Fun's. What are we
him.
doing today? A form, or what are you doing?
I'll do an excerpt from a form that I won within at Toronto.
Do you have enough room here? Or do we need
I
to?
have plenty of room. I'll
Do
make
you
it
need
work.
him as a nuki to slap around to show?
He's fighting an imaginary person.
Okay.
An
It's,
imaginary
it's just
person.
I just wanted to give the audience a visual.
it's just a form. It's a kata.
All right.
And if you want me to do a breakdown, I'll kill him later.
I'm in.
Are we rolling?
We are rolling, sir.
All right, here we go. Very small part of it.
How long does that normally go? Like the whole.
You have 3 minutes in the
Uh-huh.
ring. That's it. If you win grand champion, you have 4 minutes. And then when you go for overall grand champion, you can add music, which I did.
Wait a second. You didn't break a sweat or a heartbeat or anything. Dude, I remember back in the days when they did contests, by the end of it, I was like, you get kind of winded, but he was like moving all the arms and everything.
It's
He's the
preparation.
old-
It's all, it's all in preparation.
I'm-
It's all the internal.
Hey, is there anybody you want to plug?
Uh,
Anybody you want to shout out to? Anybody you want to blasphemy or anything?
no.
Condemn, throw
Yeah, I
out,
just-
excommunicate.
Bob Gomez movie? Excommunicate.
If my dad and my tutus up there and my 2 dogs can hear me up there, thank you for being on the show.
Are you looking for students, by the way? Let's plug your school. If you're looking for anybody,
No.
No.
People will find me through word of mouth,
Right.
but I don't go out reaching.
Yeah, it was hard finding some information.
I just
about your
like
class.
I usually get my students by word of mouth.
That's
Wow,
awesome.
that's so
But
cool.
I'm in San Francisco. There's a lot of people out there in the East Bay.
Right.
Go to Island Style Kachikimbo. That's what I
Before
gotta
we
say.
get out of here, Kula, what is that? Where did that? I mean, I know you're
Kula
Hawaiian.
is a place in Maui,
Mhm.
but Kula also means gold. And Asians revere gold.
Mhm.
And then coming from a Chinese father, number
There you
1 son,
All right.
gold, number 1,
Mhm.
Kula.
Okay. I
So-
thought it was more of the Hawaiian flavor from your mom.
That is,
Right.
that's
So it's
it.
pronounced
They had a
Kula.
family discussion.
Yeah.
Because my full name is Brian Alihikawa Kula Timothy Fung.
Well, I'm glad it's just Kula then, because I would have fucked that up real bad. I would have really messed up that name for sure.
And you would have messed up Timothy too.
Just the Timothy part.
Not the Alihikawa
No.
Kula Fung?
Yeah, I would, no, don't even, I wouldn't even try. I would embarrass myself.
Oh my god, that was too
Folks, this has been Collie Conversation with me, Rick.
And me, Naeem. And our very
And
special
a good
guest.
friend that has no title because he doesn't want it, Mr. Kula.
There you go.
Brian Kula Fung.
Bye.
Right.
people.
Hey.
And in 3, 2, 1, cut! Hey folks, we're back. Sorry about this.
We forgot something we weren't told.
Well, we were just
Wait, does that make
told
sense?
this is gonna happen, and we had no idea. And so what do we got? This is cool.
They're pieces of paper.
They're
They're
pieces of
pieces
paper.
of paper, and what it is it's our certificate, our Ohana 8 certificates to bring in noteworthy martial artists into our hui, or our group, our family, our Ohana. So this is for you. Welcome.
Thanks. Oh my God! Thank you so
And
much.
this
I
is-
mean, this is
This is for your brother.
my brother.
Your brother.
Oh yeah, Dan Ramos, you are somebody.
And this is
I
for,
love you.
This is for Mr. Guzman.
I was hoping there was only 2. I only saw Rick and Danny's name, and I was like, yeah, I'll take Danny's for him.
But welcome.
Look,
Thank
you
you.
forgot the L.
Welcome to the
Well, this-
Ohana.
wow.
And
This is an honor. Thank you so
Well,
much.
it's an honor for me to be here. Thank you, and we love what you're doing. And
Folks, we didn't get them on here to get these, by the way. We just want you to know this is this is a real surprise
And
for
we're
us.
kind of on the same page of extolling, the good things about martial arts. What you're doing here with colleague conversations, and what we're trying to do with the Ohana 8, and filtering it down to just good people and a good, wholesome way
Wow,
of thinking
thank
about the
you.
martial
Thank you
arts.
so much. This
You're
is
welcome.
awesome.
$50.
Oh, God. I knew there was a catch. So, God dang it. Damn you, Bob.
Yeah, pay me now. Thank you so much. man. Oh my god.
Once
so
again,
welcome.
thank you so much. Again, 3, 2, 1.
Cut.
Cut.
Cut. Just cut. Just cut.